Hello people, welcome to EduRev. So today we learn something which is very interesting and is used in our daily life. We many a times encounter such situations where we have to do fast calculations. In competitive exams also we are required to do many problems in short amount of time. So to save time in calculations and in more number of questions, we apply some tricks which are derived from Vedic mathematics. So today we'll go through such tricks to make our calculations faster. So without wasting our time, let's start. Let's see how to find a number if I have to multiply any number by 5. Now for this step, you need to consider if the number is either even or odd. Alright. Once you determine this, what you need to do. Okay. Suppose we are taking an even number. Okay. Let's suppose that you have to multiply 2244 with 5. So in this case, what you're going to do, you'll take the number which you need to multiply by 5, then you have to divide that number by 2. That is 2244 divided by 2. This will be what? 1122. And then you just have to add a 0 after it. So this will be your answer. Simple, right? And for odd, what you need to do? Suppose the odd number which you need to find is 2245 and you need to multiply this by 5. So in this case, what you need to do? Firstly, you have to subtract the number by 1. That is 2245 minus 1. That is 2244. And then you have to add 5 at the end. So this will be your number. Simple, right? Now I'm going to solve one more question. That is 1356 multiplied by 5. Now in this case, what you need to do? This is what? An even number. So for even number, you have to divide by 2. So when I'm going to divide 1356 by 2, I will get 678, right? Now because it's an even number, so I have to add 0 or 5. Yes, 0. So I'll add 0 and this is going to be my answer. Simple, right? So now let's move on to the next concept. So let's see how we can multiply any two-digit numbers. Again, I'm going to write the steps and then I'm going to tell you with the help of an example. So step 1 is we need to multiply the last digits. That is, for example, you have two numbers AB and CD. Now AB is a two-digit number where at units place you have B and at tens place you have B. Similarly, CD is a two-digit number where at units place it's D and at tens place it's C. So step 1 is that I have to multiply the last digits. That is, I'll get what? B into D. So this is the multiplication of what? The last digit numbers. Now step 2 says that I need to multiply numbers diagonally and add them. So we have to multiply numbers diagonally and add them. So in this case, what we need to do, suppose we have AB and CD. So I have to multiply diagonally. That is, I'm going to multiply AD and then I have to add them with the multiplication of what? C and D. So this will be my result. This is the result for first step. This is the result for my second step. Now the third step says what? It says that we need to place step 1 at the end and step 2 at the beginning. So I need to place step 1 at end and 2 at beginning. That is, it will be AD plus CB and then it will be BD. Okay. Then step 4 is that we need to multiply the first digits of both numbers and put it at the most beginning. That is, we need to multiply first digits of both numbers and keep it in beginning. That is, if I'm going to multiply the first digits of these numbers, it will be what? AC, and I have to keep it in the beginning. So here it's going to be what? AC. And the fifth and final step is that for the result, more than 2 or more digits at the beginning digit and the beginning number. So we need to add the beginning digit and beginning number. Now the last step is a bit complicated, so I'm going to explain this step when I take a proper numerical example. But till here, till step number 4, this is the solution which will be obtained to you. So let's move forward to a few questions regarding multiplication of any two number digits and understand all these 4 steps which you have understood, and then step number 5, which I haven't told you in this particular case. So let's begin by multiplying 45 into 87. So firstly, what you need to do, you have to multiply 5 and 7. So it will be what? It will be 35. And then you have to multiply 4 with 7 and add it to the multiplication of 5 and 8. So the answer is going to be what? 28 plus 40, that is 68. Then you have to multiply 4 and 8. So 4 times 8 is nothing, but we all know 32, right? So now what I need to do is I have to keep them in order. That is 32 in the first place. Then I will be having what? 68 in the second place. And then I will be having 35. Now what we have to do basically here is that we have 32 here, right? We have 68 here and I have 35 here. So firstly, I'm going to add 3 to this 68. Okay, this is step number 5 that I'm explaining. I've obtained this number till step 4. Now we are beginning with step 5. So basically step 5 says that you just leave 32. Then you have to leave 68. Now you have to see this last number. Okay. So here in the tens place I have 3. So I have to add this 3 to what? To 68. So 68 plus 3 is going to be what? 71, right? So I will write it as 32, 71 and 5. Correct? Correct. Now when you go on the second number, now my second number is 71. So at tens place I have what? 7. Now I have to add 7 to what? 32. So 7 plus 32 is going to be what? 39. So it will be 39. 1 will be copied as it is, and then I will have 5. So the answer is going to be what? 3915. Let's solve one more example to see whether we understood or not. So the example says that we need to multiply 14 and 12. So I need to do what? I need to do first of all 4 into 2. That is going to be nothing but 8. Then I have to multiply 1 with 2 and add it to 4 into 1. So it's going to be what? It's going to be 2 plus 4. That is nothing but 6. Then I have to multiply 1 into 1 and that is going to be 1. And now I have to write it. That is, it's going to be what? Firstly, I'll write 1, then I'll write 6, and then I'll write what? 8. So simple. Now, why I am not adding or doing step number 5 here? Because you can see that when I split them, I do not have any number at tens place. I do not have any number at tens place with 8 or with 6 or with 1. So the final answer is going to be what? 168. Simple. Now, again, I'm going to explain one more example in which the concept is going to be applied again. So let's see how. So basically what they are saying is that I have to multiply 54 with 87. So I have to first of all multiply 4 and 7. So we all know 4 into 7 is nothing but 28. Then I have to multiply 5 with 7 and add it with 4 into 8. So 5 sevens are 35 and 4 eights are 32. So it will be what? It will be 67. And then 5 into 8. So 5 into 8 is going to be what? 40. Now I have to write it, that is, it's 40, then it's 67, and then it's 28. So now what I have to do, when I start from the very right hand side. So 8 ko I'm going to leave. But this 2, I'm going to carry forward and add this 2 to what? 67. So it will be 40, then it will be 69, and then it will be 8. Now in this 69 place I have 6. So I have to add what? I have to add this 6 to this 40. So 40 plus 6 is going to be what? 46. So it will be 46. Then 9 is left. So 9 will be written here and 8 is left. So 8 will be written here. So the answer is going to be what? 4698. So remember that till step 4 it's easy. Step 5 is also easy, but you need to remember one thing in step 5, that you need to do this addition whenever there are two or more than two digit numbers. Okay, like in the previous example, when we multiplied 14 with 12, there was only one digit number in each column, that is 1, 6 and 8. So there was no addition possible in that case according to the rule. But in this example, when I'm multiplying 54 with 87, there are two digit numbers. Therefore, rule 5 applies and we need to add the number at the tens place to the preceding two digit number. I hope you understood this. So let's move on to the next concept now. Now let's start with the concept of multiplication of any numbers near to or less than multiple of 10. So again, I'm going to write the steps first and then we will solve it with the help of an example. So step 1 is that we need to subtract the numbers with their closest multiple of 10 and multiply the results. Next, step 2 is that we need to subtract the result with other numbers. Step 3 is that we need to write the result of step 2 in the beginning and result of step 1 at the end. So let's take an example to understand this right away. Alright, so now the example is that I have to multiply 99 with 96. Okay, so when I subtract 99 from 100, it will be what? 1. Similarly, when I subtract 96 from 100, it will be what? 4. Now multiplying 1 and 4 will give me what? 4. Now when I subtract from 4 from 99, it will be what? 95. Similarly, when I'm going to subtract 1 from 96, it will be what? Again 95. That is, I have 1 that is 95 and 04 as the multiple. So I just have to write it like this. That is 9504. Do not worry if it feels complicated. I'll do one more example. Let's see the multiplication of 94 and 83. So when I subtract 94 from 100, it will be what? 6. And when I subtract 83 from 100, it will be what? 17. Now if I multiply 6 and 17, I'll get what? 102. Correct. Now when I subtract 94 and 17, my answer will be 77. Similarly, when I subtract 6 from 83, my answer again will be what? 77. So my number is going to be what? The addition of 77 and 10. So basically what I need to do is, I will write 7802. Similarly, in the way I've written 9504. So this is how we multiply any number nearer to or less than the multiple of 10. It's very, very simple. Suppose you have two numbers, that is 99 and 96. I'm going to subtract both of those numbers with 100 and I will get results like 1 and 4 in this case. Then what I need to do? I have to multiply the results, that is 4 into 1 and I'll get 4. Similarly, what I need to do? The answer is going to be 04. I have to write it in 2 digits. Okay. Then what I need to do? I have to subtract the opposites, that is 1 from 96, so it will be 95, and similarly the opposite, that is 4 from 99, it is going to be 95. So my answer by both the methods is going to be what? 95. And then I just have to write them besides each other, that is 9504, that is 9504. In the similar manner, we did what? 94 into 83. I hope you understood this. Now let's move on to the next concept. How we have to multiply two-digit numbers between 90 and 11. So let's take an example and let's understand how to solve them step by step. So the example is that I have to multiply 12 by 15. Now step 1 in this is that I have to identify which is the smaller number. And that is 12. Okay. So now smaller number is 12 and its unit digit is what? 2. Step 2 will be that I have to add the unit digit of the smaller number to my bigger number, that is 15. So what I need to do? Add unit digit of smaller number to bigger number. Alright. So it will be what? It will be 70. Now, step 3 is that I have to multiply this number with 10. So it will be what? 170. Okay. So I need to do what? I need to multiply the number we got in the previous step by 10. Okay. And then what I need to do is, once I multiplied it by 10, I have to multiply the unit digits of both these numbers. So it will be what? Step 4 will be multiply the unit digits. That is 2 into 5, which is going to be what? 10. So multiply unit digits. That is going to be what? 10. Now I need to add the numbers I obtained in step 3 and 4. So it will be what? It will be 170 plus 10. That is nothing but 180. And this is our answer. Simple, right? I hope you understood this. But I'm going to solve one more question so that you people can understand it more clearly. Okay. So I'm just going to erase a bit. Alright. So now what we need to solve is, we need to solve the number that is 17 multiplied by 90. So I need to do what? The first step is that I have to find the unit place of the smaller number, that is 7, and I need to add it in the bigger number. So 7 plus 19 is going to be 26. Then I have to multiply 26 by 10, that is going to be 260. Then I have to multiply the unit digits of both the numbers, that is 7 into 9 is what? 63. And I have to add 63 into what? The number that I have obtained by multiplying the number with 10. That is 312. So it will be what? It will be 323, and this is going to be the number. I hope you understood this. Now let's move on to the next concept. Alright, let's see how to multiply large numbers by 12. So to multiply any number by 12, we just need to double the last digit and thereafter double each digit and add it to its neighbor. For example, I have a number 13243 and I need to multiply this by what? 12. So let's do it step by step. So the first step is going to be that 13243 is multiplied by 12, right? So the last digit is what? 3. Now I need to do what? I need to double it. That is 3 2s are 6. So my last digit is going to be what? 6. Okay. The second last digit is what? 4. So I have to double it. So 4 into 2 is going to be what? 8. Alright. And I need to add this 8 to what? 3. So it will be what? 11. So I will write 1 here and 1 will be carried forward here. The next digit is what? 2. I need to double it. That is 2 2s are 4. Plus I need to add to its neighbor. That is 4. Plus there is 1 which I need to carry forward. So it's going to be what? 9. Now the next digit is what? 3. So I need to double it. So 3 2s is what? 6. And I need to add its neighbor to it. So 6 plus 2 is going to be what? 8. So here it will be what? 8. And finally, 1 is there, so I need to double 1. So 1 is going to be what? That is 2, right? And I have to add it with its neighbor, that is 3. So it will be what? 5. Correct? So it's going to be 5. Now the last step is that now we need to double 0, because after 1 we have nothing, right? But we haven't added 1 in anything. So we are going to assume that here is 0. So when I'm going to double 0, it will be what? 0. But we have to add 1 to it. So 0 plus 1 is what? 1. So here it will be 1. So the answer is nothing but 158,916. Now, I think it's a bit complicated for you people to understand if you are doing it for the first time. So, I'm just going to explain you one more time how to do it. Alright. So, basically what we did, this is the number that is 13243 that is given to us. So, what I have to do, I just have to double the last digit, that is 3 2s are 6, and I have to write 6. Then I have to double the second last digit, that is 4 2s are 8, and add its neighbor to it, that is 3 to it. So it's going to be what? 11. So 1 is here, but 1 will be carried forward. Then I have to double 2. 2 into 2 is going to be what? 4. And I have to add its neighbor to it, that is 8, because I've added 4. And then I also have to add the carry forward, that is 9. So I wrote 9. Then we have 3. So double of 3 is going to be what? 6. But I need to add its neighbor to it, that is 2. So it's going to be 8. So I wrote 8. Then there is 1. So I need to double 1. So 1 times 2 is what? 2, plus I need to add its neighbor, that is 5, so I wrote 5. Now we are also going to assume that there is a 0 here. So double of 0 is going to be what? 0, plus I need to add its neighbor to it, that is 1. So I wrote 1. And my answer at the end is going to be what? 158,916. That is 1,58,960. I hope you understood this. So let's move on to the next question now. So let's start understanding the next concept, that is multiplying 3-digit numbers. So firstly, I'm going to write the steps, and then we will take an example and understand how to do it. So step 1 is going to be that we need to start with subtracting the unit place digit from the actual numbers. So start subtracting the unit place digit from the actual numbers. Step 2 is now choose any number out of the 2 and add it to the unit digit of the other number Step 3, then we need to multiply the result of step 1 and 2. And step 4 is that after this we need to calculate the product of unit digits of both the numbers. And step 5 is we need to add the results of step 4 and 5. Sorry, step 4 and 3. Alright, so now let's understand what all I wrote in this with the help of an example. So I'm going to erase a little bit. Okay. Alright. So let's suppose I'm taking two examples, that is 306, two numbers into 308. So I have to multiply 306 with 308. So initially what I need to do, I need to subtract the unit digits from these numbers. So if I'm subtracting 6 from 306, it will be 300. And if I'm subtracting 8 from 308, it will be again what? 300. Now what I need to do is I have to add the unit digits into one of it. That is 6 plus 8 is nothing but it is 14. So I need to take any one of the two. Now luckily both of them are 300. But if suppose one is 300 and one is let's say 200, then also I can choose any of it. Here I do not have a choice. I only have one number. So I just have to add what? 14 to 300. That is, it's going to be 314. Now what I need to do is I have to multiply this 314 with the 300 that is given here. So 314 into 300 will be what? It will be 94200. So 314 multiplied by 300 is going to be 94200. Now I need to do what? I have to multiply the unit digits of the numbers, that is 8 into 6, that is going to be 48. And then I have to add this 48 into this number, that is 94200 plus 48. So this is going to be what? This is going to be 94248. Thus, when I multiply 306 with 308, the number that I will get is 94248. That is 94,248. So I hope you understood this concept. You can unlock all the other content that is provided on EduRev with EduRev Infinity Plan and ace your exams at less than 80 rupees per month.